right, we are live now. My name is Giacomo, I'm a sommelier and mixologist, and today I have a guest here, Ian Stoddart, another sommelier, a friend of mine. Ian, want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Ian, and I'm a sommelier. But more importantly, I own a restaurant called East End Vine.
True, very true.
No one comes. There's something like a pandemic going on, so I don't know if it's just my lack of charm or the pandemic. But yeah, so I have a restaurant located in East End, Toronto. We actually recently just opened in the pandemic. I'm a good businessman. But it's a gourmet goods market, all local produce, and then a bunch of wines selected by me. So yeah, it's kind of, think of it like you come across a gem of a kind of like a tapas restaurant in Europe on the countryside when you've run out of gas in your rented V2 wagon, Volkswagen, and anyways.
Nice. What's the address again?
That's me.
What's the address again?
It's located in Toronto East End at 817 Gerrard Street East, near Logan and Gerrard. So for the people who live in the west end of Toronto, you would have to travel. I know that's a scary thing, but we do live in a metropolis.
Yes,
Yes,
we do. Yes, we do.
And the code word is hello.
Hello. I can't wait to try the tapas food and your wine, man. I really can't wait. It's been a while. It's been a while since we went out.
Or it's been a minute.
Or it's been a minute. All right. Today we are trying the Roberto Margaret River Chardonnay. A little curiosity about this wine. Well, it's a Chardonnay from Australia. The Robert Orley Winery was founded in 2006, for what I found online. However, they started the wine business in 1960, along with other business like wine, coffee, a little bit of high-end tourism, and breeding horses and yacht sailing. So these people have the cash and the moolah.
Do you ever think that they would ride a horse through the vineyard, grab a bottle and ride onto a yacht and then drink said wine? Like it's pretty spectacular.
It's pretty decadent. I drink
like
wine
galloping
and
through the vineyard and the person just holds up the bottle and you snag it up while you're riding a stallion. And then the yacht's leaving the pier and you jump off with the horse.
All of this naked, by the way, because otherwise
naked and with must on you.
With must.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start. As always, you can find the deductive tasting form in the link. This is the official one from the course of Master Sommelier. And yeah, you want to start with the color?
Sure. I got like my light is a little. I got like a straw with a nice kind of golden note to it. Not too much. I wouldn't say as dark as you would normally find with like an oak Chardonnay, but definitely a little bit more color than a straw, I would say.
Okay.
How about you?
I totally agree. Straw works, definitely. Yeah, not completely. There's a little bit of gold as well, and yeah, it's clear for me. It's definitely a clear wine, so no faultness. And do you want to add anything else? Seems pretty, but there's not much color in this wine.
Yeah,
much,
I mean, it looks like wine.
It looks like wine.
It looks like wine. But yeah, I would say like, yeah, to me, it looks like a Chardonnay that has, like, it looks like it would have like a minimal oak note, but yet there'd still be something.
100% agreed. Let's smell. I'll do the nose. So the first thing that I smell, it's not particularly fruit oriented. For me, it's more like mineral oriented. It's more I smell chalk a little bit, and
Did you say chalk or chocolate?
chalk. Mineral, like
Because
the thing that you use to write on the blackboard.
A chalkboard.
Yes. And a little bit of lemon peel, but that's pretty much it for me. There's nothing like incredibly strong on the nose right away. But I also
I got a little tropical.
Tropical? Okay, what you got?
I got like a slight pineapple.
So lemon and a little bit of pineapple.
Or yeah, I think so. Something tropical though.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, there is something. I don't know if my nose gets the pineapple, but
maybe
there's definitely
like
something
yacht.
tropical.
Maybe a yacht.
I smell horse. You smell horse?
And there's no fault there. Sometimes wine jokes are so lame for everyone else. Like, think about if anyone like clicked on this video and they hear us are like, I smell horse. Oh, that's just like instantly just call us a knob.
You know what? It gets better after the second glass that you drink. After the second glass, my jokes get way better.
This is my third bottle.
Well, all right. Do you want to do the palate?
It has like a decent mouthfeel to it. So, oh, you're spitting?
No. 1 out of 3 sips I'm spitting.
Wow, how many videos do you have to do? Yeah, I'd say like I definitely got like a more citrus palate, a decent weight, like of mouthfeel. Definitely minimal stone. There's definitely mallow.
Come again?
I feel like there's, the malolactic, like I can get like a little bit of like.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Like with that buttery mouthfeel.
Malolactic, yes. So just for everyone who's not aware of malolactic fermentation is, do you want to quickly explain what that is?
Me?
Yeah, like just not like the process, but at least the taste similar to.
Oh yeah, it's usually like when you get like lactic, when you convert into lactic acid, so you're getting more kind of like a popcorn buttery note to your wine, and it's giving it a little bit more weight, which you'd call like mouthfeel. So there's just a little bit more. Whereas like if you have like an unoaked, or sorry, not unoaked, but like if you have like something Chardonnay where they've like halted the malolactic conversion, then you're going to have a lot more acidity to it. It's going to be a little more crisp, sharp, and then it's not going to have as much weight to it.
Yes, I'll also add lemon pit, because for me I taste a little bit of bitterness. I don't know if it's phenolic, but I don't know if it's phenolic bitters, but for me there's an element of a little bit of bitterness inside. There's something. All right. Do you have anything else? Or good?
I mean, well, I guess we won't. I drink a lot of Australian wine, right? Being in Australia. And this, like this, their Chardonnays are so good now. They got away from that over oaked stuff from like 20 years ago. And like there's so much stuff now where they're using oak for structure instead of like overdoing it for flavor. And so like I just find, like, to me this is like just tasting, not to jump too far ahead, but like this is a good like base level like Chardonnay, kind of like every day.
I agree.
And it does represent like Margaret River too, like being on the west coast of Australia. It's got like really good climate for Chardonnay as well. And so, yeah, like this, like when I taste this, I think of an Australian kind of base level Chardonnay.
You're right. I actually don't drink enough Australian wines. I guess as my Italian nature, I always go through Italy or Spain first. I kinda snob the Australian one, but I shouldn't, because they have amazing stuff right now. And this stuff, especially like this Chardonnay, like I was impressed when I love it. This is good wine. Beside analyzing, this is a very good Chardonnay for me. It's balanced. Yeah. It's balanced. It's very like it's
their climate's actually pretty good for it, because like they have the heat, so they don't have to deal with a lot of like rot and like mildew and all that stuff. But then they also like have good elevation as well, and they have like Margaret River tends to have like a very decent climate for it. Well, I was in the Adelaide Hills, and it's like South Australia is really warm, but in Adelaide Hills, it's elevated, so it's a perfect climate for Chardonnay. Yeah, I would recommend anyone, if you see Adelaide Hills Chardonnay, pick it up, because a lot of their Chardonnays, they do partial oak aging, so it gives that nice balance to it. So it gives it more structure instead of like overpowering, but you still get those notes, right? Like, to be fair, like I love, like, to me Chardonnay needs, like, I really like Chardonnay with oak. I don't need it to be overdone, but like it's good, and the best wines in the world have oak in it. So
yeah, I agree.
But you have to spend the money for it, and to a certain degree, like buying a $10 Chardonnay, come on, like, of course. But and I think people are worried about spending the extra money for it, but you just have to know where to look.
100%. We'll get to that at the end, because we're gonna tell the price of the wine after. But
second bottle.
Yeah, let's say that for now it's a very good deal. I'll do the acidity.
Yep.
Well, there's definitely acidity. I would say that for me, it's a medium plus. It's not a high acidity, but also for the malolactic thing, but it's a medium plus.
Yep.
I got there. And for me, acidity, it's one of the, at least for food pairing, it's one of the best parameters that I have, because when usually there's a medium plus high acidity, I have a lot of options for pairing.
Oh,
my experience.
You have tons of. If you don't have acidity, it's hard to pair.
Absolutely. Yeah. You want to do 10?
Well, I didn't get any.
You didn't get any? Yeah, I didn't think about it. No, it's a white. Very rarely white at 10. They're very low. Or low. Okay. And the alcohol, I feel it a little bit.
I think it's what I'm not even gonna look at the bottle, but I'm gonna say it's 13.5.
Let's see. almost 13, but I feel it more than a 13. I don't know if because I'm a lightweight or it's because I haven't drank for a little bit, but it's I feel the alcohol. It's 13%. It is 13%. It is medium, no?
Yeah.
Medium.
But like that's perfect for it, right?
Yeah.
You don't want anything. I mean but that's gonna be Chardonnay for the most part, I think.
True.
So I think with this wine, it was it's aged like 6 months in oak, and I think the barrels are 20% new, and they're French oak, 20% new. I don't know how much chard it's had, but like that makes perfect sense with this wine.
Yeah. Okay. Now the pairing, we can suggest one pairing each. I will definitely go with. I don't know if I kind of wanna like you can. This wine has tons of pairing. Clearly, the first one that I'm thinking about will be in clearly seafood, but specifically I would like this one with lobster. I think because of the acidity and the buttery of the lobster, it will work pretty well. But that's the first thing that came in my head. Would be like you compare with tons of different things. Want to throw an example there, but
I mean, I'd probably go like I was thinking like toasted crostini with brie, crumbled pistachio, and a fig spread.
But honestly, even foie gras, no? Like this one goes with a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, it's you can pair quite a bit with it. But right off the top of my head, I'd probably do that.
Yeah. Foie gras.
Because if you have elevated with the acidity, you can go with it can cut up, break the creaminess of a cheese. And then it has like a slight, if it has any sort of slight nuttiness to it, you can add like I have pistachios right here.
Oh, nice.
Right.
I don't have any food.
Whenever I do Chardonnay, I like to have a little bit of nuts.
That's a good idea. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot my nuts.
Never leave home without them. But I think it can go with and you can also do like seared scallop. You could also look at going. Did we lose each other?
No, we're good. Seared scallop for sure.
I'd also look at doing like a mushroom risotto as well.
Yeah, I will throw a seafood pasta as well, but yeah, definitely tons of different combination. What you wouldn't pair with this wine specifically? What is a bad pairing for you for this wine?
Jerk chicken.
Which one?
Jerk chicken.
Jerk chicken, yeah. Chicken. I wouldn't necessarily pair this wine
like proper like jerk chicken, like spicy jerk chicken.
Spicy jerk chicken. No spicy jerk chicken for Ian. I personally wouldn't pair this stuff with steak, for example. I don't think it's wrong, but there's a better pairing with a steak.
You need a little bit more oak in the Chardonnay for if you're gonna do any grilling or anything. You probably want something that has a little bit more oak influence.
And I wouldn't mind a little bit more tannin, frankly, but that's just.
I mean, who are we kidding? Like, why would you like if you're having a steak? Are you really gonna pick a Chardonnay from Margaret River?
Well, we all work in restaurants.
No, I mean, but most people like if you're watching this and you are buying a steak,
are you watching this?
Chances are to get like you're probably gonna think to go the basic of cab with steak, but a cold steak.
Oh yes. Let's stop there. Or a cold pizza. Why not? No, but, yeah.
Well, so when I came back from Australia, when I did my wine thing, this actually ties into this. So when I came back, all I was doing was like pairing there and stuff. And when I came back, like with the pandemic, I went through a moment. I was just like, I brought back some nice bottles. And I was just like, what the hell am I doing? Like I'm stuck in my apartment, can't do anything. I was kind of like, losing it. And so what I did was I had a frozen pizza and I paired it with one of my top bottles of wine that I brought back from Australia. And the bottle was like a proper, like a it was a really nice.
What was it?
It was a Chardonnay from the Lane Vineyard in Adelaide Hills, and it was, you know, it cost. It was a good amount. It was gifted to me by the winery, but it was like a really good bottle. And I was just like, I don't care about this. I think I was like writing something about pairings. I was just like, I don't care. I'm having this. And it was amazing. Like, it wasn't the perfect pairing, but it felt so good to have it, you know, like it tasted wonderful. And like my mind just made it happen. And
I mean, pairing are not mandatory. I think that if a wine is good, a wine remains good, even if the pairing is not the perfect pairing of the wine. Worst case scenario, you're not really ruining the wine, you're kind of ruining the food. So
yeah, but you also look at like that wine had good acidity, and that's perfect to balance with like the cheese of the pizza, right? So like there were still things, but you just would normally not think to put those together.
I swear, as soon as the pandemic finish, we'll meet, we'll open a Barolo and we order an Happy Meal. I promise. I promise.
So
Barolo and Happy Meal.
100% down on that. And I was writing about that for my birthday. I had Saint Joseph with McDonald's. And I was just like, this is, and it,
I'm loving it.
And I was loving it, especially by the end of the bottle. But it was funny. It's funny to do that kind of stuff. Like, you know, it'd be great is like we'd do like a Barolo or something with like a really greasy meat lover's pizza, like just something.
And then it's just when they ask you but why? Because I can.
Yeah.
it's like it's not I don't think that there's nothing like there's a lot of wrongs, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of wrong in that, but there's also an interesting side, because at the end of the day the pairings for sommelier, like we always tend to pair good wine with good food, but taste are taste. Like I wouldn't pair necessarily a Barolo with oysters, but people do.
But there is a like on that, and it's a good point, because you don't want to, like, rules are meant to be broken, and you don't have to take it. But there are good things, like you don't want to ruin it. So you still want to like follow a little bit of a guideline, but yeah, like you don't need to have like a gourmet, you know, meal with a high-end wine. You can do a high-end wine with like a cheap meal, just as long as there's like, it's like find one connecting thread, just one that connects it. Whether it's just like, well, I'm hungry and thirsty, there's my thread. But
yeah, it's like
for example of that, McDonald's fries with champagne.
Oh, wow, champagne, it's easy though. Champagne you can pair with anything.
But people wouldn't think, like, it's easy for you, but like, do people really know, like,
oh, that champagne goes with pretty much everything? I don't know, but since you're there,
maybe
one of the
things like that would be.
But like, I like pair food and wine, like I love that. But since you're there, it's one of the things that I don't necessarily believe that the best pairing for a specific dish is with the wine from the same region of the dish. For me, that's incredible. Like, it's weird because it's not like that. Right now we have internet, we have access to everything in the world, we have access to the wine in the world. Like, it's, I don't know, it seems like kind of like minimizing the concept that because I have something from a specific region in the world, I have to pair, or the best pairing is the wine that they produce in that region. That's dumb. That's like limiting yourself. There's so much good wine out there and good food. Like, why would you limit yourself to, oh, if I have a Fiorentina from Florence, I have to add an incredibly good Sangiovese, or I have to have I don't know, a super Tuscan wine. Why don't you get like something like, I don't know, a cab from Chile is the best pairing with that? Why has to be something from the region? It's stupid. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be, but you also, I mean, and obviously you would know that, like, over time, like, those things have been created together and brought up together, and like day in, day out, they're being tested together. So, and chances are they're like farmers and stuff who grew the vines, you know, and like who grew the cattle, you know, raised the cattle, grew all the produce, they're like very intertwined. So they're always like kind of, they've been working together for.
Oh, nothing to take, nothing.
But I agree. Like,
not,
and while I was in Australia, that was actually a thing, because at least in Adelaide, they're like, their livestock was like their steak and stuff is amazing, and they have so much good wine, and it goes to like a cab from Coonawarra going like paired with like steak from South Australia is amazing. But there were so many of them who hardly ever, like, there's so many people there who knew so much about the wine in South Australia and Australia in general, but they knew nothing about wine outside of Australia. And I mean, like, you're looking at like importing, it's a lot more expensive. And why would you buy, you know, wines from Italy when you can buy wines from next door and you're supporting? I get that.
There are in Australia, by the way, very interesting producer trying to mimic, or at least trying to use grapes from other countries. Like I recently, 1 year ago, I tried a Barolo, a Nebbiolo from Australia, or a Sangiovese. Was like bomb.
Now, did you have that from McLaren Val?
I can't. 1 year ago.
So, Tempranillo in Adelaide Hills is delicious.
I bet it is. I have not tried the Tempranillo, but there's like it's starting to be a place where people experiment. They try different things, and it's the beauty of it. At the end of the day, like, I want to try Sangiovese from Australia or California. I don't want to try Sangiovese from Tuscany. I already know how it tastes.
Mm-hmm.
It's always be the same. It's not.
You know what it is. You want to.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's not like nothing to respect the farmer and the vineyards in Tuscany. They're fantastic, but it's something that I know. You know, like, it doesn't. I know it's good, and it's an assurance that it's good, but I would like to try something a little bit like more interesting. You know, like an experiment. Anyway,
well, Australia's doing that. Like, a lot of the young winemakers in around in South Australia are experimenting, and it's like they're really good at what they do. Like, it's a lot of really good wine there, and it's really frustrating that we don't have more over here to try. It would be nice to try more, and like the wines from Tasmania are amazing. The Pinot Noirs from
I remember that you made me try a Pinot Noir from Tanzania. I don't know if it was from Tanzania. It was you made me try the first Pinot Noir from that part of the world. I can't remember if it was Australia or New Zealand. I can't actually remember, but I remember that I tried the first one with you, and we were at Liora's place. We tried the wine there. That was the first Pinot Noir that I tried from the part of the world. I didn't even know that it exists. It was fantastic. One of the best Pinot Noir I tried.
Yeah, that must have been from Mornington or Yarra, I think. Yeah. It's almost impossible to get Tasmanian over here, but it's too bad. They make their Pinot Noirs are fantastic. Like, they make some delicious stuff over there. But their Chardonnays is like they are really, really coming around. And then the Rieslings from Eden and other Valley.
Okay. I'm losing you because the connection is not the best. But let's wrap it up.
Do a part two.
A little review. What do you think about this wine? Is it a good wine?
I think this is a good wine for the price. I think it's a safe wine to grab. I think obviously I believe that there are better examples of Chardonnay from Australia. However, I think for the price under $20, I think it's like $18 or $19.
Yep.
I definitely think that you won't be disappointed with it at all. And if you're like kind of on the fence of, like, you know, if you're looking at like a French, you know, wine, or from somewhere else, you probably might get a better value getting this one at the same price point if you're looking for $18. So
okay, same for me. This is for me it's a very good wine for the price. I paid this wine $18. I will buy another bottle tomorrow, frankly, because I love Chardonnay, and this one is, for me, I like oaky Chardonnay usually. I'm a savage in that sense, but this is a very well balanced Chardonnay between oak, acidity, and tannin. It's very well balanced. I will suggest it with the pairing that we suggested 10 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago. All right. Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you for being a guest. Very quickly, the name of your restaurant again, East End Vine.
East End Vine.
Yep.
And right now we're, Gourmet Goods Market and Bottle Shop, East End, Toronto.
And for the 10 people who's going to watch this video, please try the restaurant, because Ian is a professional and it's fantastic. The place, I can't wait to try myself, but as soon as we open, I'm going to try your place, definitely. Okay. Thank you very much, boss.